Everybody's talking about this new Lexus crossover based off of a Yaris. Today we're going to get into this. These rumors have been circulating for a very long time. I've never put much stock into it, but the rumors keep coming back. We're over at Cars Guide, an Australian website. I mean, Motor One. Everybody's talking about Lexus Enthusiast, and it's all coming out of this Mag X article, which I don't have the Mag X magazine on me. It's digital and it's all in Japanese. So I'm not going to thumb through it because it is not easy for me to try to translate these Japanese magazines. The rumors are suggesting that this vehicle is going to be off the TNGA-B platform, and it will be a rebadged and gussied up version of the Yaris Cross, which is an amazing and beautiful little crossover that we don't get here in the United States. And for that matter, we don't even get the base Yaris here anymore, sadly. That B segment, that tiny vehicle segment, city car segment, has all been like abandoned here in the United States. The profits aren't that high on it, and the demand isn't that high for those small city-like vehicles because Americans are big and they like big things, and that's generalizing. I'm not one of those people typically, but I find these vehicles amazingly charming and desirable for a lot of ways, for efficiency and easy to park and things like that. The only vehicle I can think of off the top of my head, I'm sure there are more, and that is the Mitsubishi Mirage. That's the biggest market I see for these small vehicles here in the United States. So that vehicle alone has kind of like the segment to its own. There might be some exceptions with maybe some mini vehicles out there and maybe like smart cars, but that's even another, that's like an A segment car. But for a B segment vehicle to become a Lexus is quite strange. The smallest vehicle we have in the United States is a Lexus UX. That vehicle is not perfect. I think it's a well-designed vehicle inside and out. I think it's comfortable. I enjoy the way it drives in the hybrid version. The 200, the UX 200 is a complete joke. And that's why, I feel like this new vehicle is going to exist because the UX is a C segment vehicle, but it doesn't have that much practical space, especially in the hybrid. You get reduced functionality due to the hybrid battery taking up the cargo space. So that's where this LB is what people are calling it fits in. It's another small Toyota that can be easily rebadged and gussied up to be a Lexus and be suitable for many markets around the world. Now, there are even some sources saying that this vehicle could come in below $30,000 and could be in 2023. I mean, those things are definitely possible, just not here in America. I don't see this vehicle coming. I want it to come. Of course I want it to come. I want the Yaris Cross to be here in America. I think it would sell well. I just don't think the Yaris Cross badged as a Lexus would do here or do well here in America. So we're going to head to the spreadsheet and try to figure out what's going on with this potential Yaris Cross that's rebadged as a Lexus called possibly the LB. Here's a spreadsheet that I made up when I was theorizing on the Corolla Cross. Well, that vehicle is coming to America, now being built here in America at the Mazda plant in Alabama. But what about this TNGA-B platform? So I added this to the spreadsheet. And if we look at these engines, which would be in the new LB in theory, because that's what the Yaris and the Yaris Cross has, is this 1 liter or 1.5 liter inline 3-cylinder. And it's not turbocharged, it's naturally aspirated, 118 horsepower. That's it. Okay, yes, you can hybridize it, get really good fuel economy on this thing. Probably we're talking 60, 70 miles per gallon if it made it to the United States. Maybe. I mean, that's a little lofty, but 60 might be. But, 114 horsepower with the E all-wheel drive. So it has a motor on the rear wheels to power them, similar to like, the Prius all-wheel drive. It's not a ton of torque and power to the rear wheels. It's just enough to get the vehicle going. And we see this new all-wheel drive, all-wheel drive inline 3-cylinder in the new Aqua that's just been announced. That's also a B platform vehicle. It's very similar to the Yaris, the new Yaris, the TNGA Yaris that we don't get here stateside anymore. If this LB has a snowball's chance of making it to America, what would it need to have inside of it to make it here and be a viable option? I think it has to have the UX Hybrids powertrain, which is this right here, the M20A FXS, which has a modest 181 horsepower. I enjoy it in the Lexus UX Hybrid. I think it would be even more, it would feel a lot more powerful in even a smaller vehicle like an LB hybrid, but I just don't see it happening. I don't see this vehicle coming to the United States at all in any shape or form, even though I would love to see it. I think it would be a great entry level option. It would be a great vehicle for young professionals without kids and maybe a puppy dog or two that like the outdoors. I think it would be a great luxury option for those. And it's interesting, you know, I see more and more Lexus commercials on TV, especially during the Olympics because Toyota is a sponsor. But I see more and more commercials of Lexus with young people. And I know they need to have young people to carry the brand forward, but you know, what are your options? You know, the IS is a very young vehicle. The UX, the NX, they're pushing that towards younger people, but the rest of them are definitely more older based vehicles. Older clients like to have the RX, the ES, the LS, the LX, the GX, and then the GX has some exceptions because people like that truck feel, that body on frame feel, who are my age. So I definitely think Lexus could benefit from having this B segment crossover here in the United States, especially if it costs around $30,000. I mean, the UX, I think the base price on the front wheel drive is like $32,000, but good luck finding a base one. And I don't recommend the base one at all. It's not a luxury experience. It looks okay. It feels okay on the inside, but when you put the hammer down, it is grit your teeth, like grindy, awful experience, and it's slow as hell. So a hybrid is a way to go, better fuel economy, better acceleration, and all-wheel drive, and it's not that much more money. I think there's probably less than a 25% chance of this vehicle ever coming to America, and maybe around a 50% chance of this vehicle coming to certain parts of the world, like Australia, like Japan, like Southeast Asia. But in terms of it coming to the States, just a really small chance because the B platform doesn't have any higher power engine setups that we know could work with it. All we know are these two right here. As far as I'm aware, these are the only two powertrains that fit in the TNGA B platform. And this powertrain with 114 horsepower, people are not going to be shelling out $30,000 for 114 horsepower. I don't think. I mean, the vehicles would be really cute, like the Yaris Cross. All I can say is bring it to America, stuff some power in it, nearly 200 horsepower, and let's get 60 miles per gallon. I think that would be a very, very interesting vehicle, and no one else really has anything like it. I mean, the UX is kind of that, but it's kind of priced high. Its power is too low for that segment, and the cargo space is abysmal in the UX. It's really, really hard to live with for most people. But guys, do you want to see a Yaris Cross badged as a Lexus in the United States? And if you do want to see it, how do you think it could come here? Like I said, I'm very skeptical of it ever coming to the United States, and there's a small chance of it hitting the certain markets that have a more successful B segment audience. But guys, I am going to end it there. Smash the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe for more Japanese automotive news updates and Lexus automotive news updates like this. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.